So I like predicting football results. I've done it since I was like 5 years old. Um, Usually every week for either the Premiership, the Championship, or League One, whichever league Leeds United were in. I was usually predicting all the results of that league that week, and then I was like, based on those results, I was sort of like thinking how the league table would change. So to satisfy that sort of obsession, which I still have today, I made a small game in Excel where one can predict the results, try and predict the results, I mean, every week of either the Premiership or the Championship games. And then, based on the correctness of their prediction, you get points or you can get points taken away as well. There's a point system which I'll show you. And then also you're in like a league which I've created which adjusts automatically based on how many points you have. And you can like I'm currently playing against what I like to play against a few friends who I know also predict sort of football results every week. I'll try to get them on board as well. But if you are also interested in predicting like football results every week, then I can send you this file and also you can participate. So I thought best way to sort of explain it is showing it in practice how it works. So I've got the matches for this Saturday of the championship, and I'll just predict a few results, and then I'll sort of make up as well the results, so you can see how many points I would get for like each game. So I'm not really a big expert on the championship. I usually watch the Premiership. My team Leeds were in the championship last year, but I was very much focused on the top teams in the championship. Who were competing with Leeds. So my knowledge of the other teams and the situation they're in the run up to the new season is limited. So I'll do my best, but it'll probably be completely wrong. But we'll see. So the first game is Birmingham against Ipswich. I think a lot of good feeling about Birmingham. They've made there's a lot of ambition around the club. Ipswich obviously. It came down from the Premiership last season. They have a good squad, so it'll be an interesting game. But I'll go for a draw. I'll go for 1-1. Oops. Yeah. Charlton against Watford. I know Charlton got promoted last season. They're playing at home. Usually, the promoted teams on the first day of the season playing at home, they're tricky to beat. So I'll go for another draw. Maybe no. I'll go for Charlton to edge it. So I'll just go for 1-0. And then Southampton against Wrexham. Ooh, that'll be tricky because Southampton, like Ipswich, they've still got a. Well, it wasn't suitable for the Premiership, but they've still got some pretty good players for the Championship, and they're playing at home. So I'll give it to Southampton, but I think Wrexham will get a goal in that match. Middlesbrough against Swansea City. Yeah, another tough one. I think Middlesbrough were in the playoffs last season, right? Or they were nearly in the playoffs, and Swansea were mid-table, but they were very good towards the end of the season. Um, I know they've got Snoop Dogg as an owner now, so maybe I think things are sort of looking up for Swansea in terms of their finances, maybe, and their ambitions. So I'll go for Swansea to edge it. Norwich, I think they were pretty average last season, right? But I know they've signed quite a few players. I don't know how many players they've sold. Millwall, they were pretty good as well last season, right? They were near the playoffs. Eh, I'll go for 1-0 to Norwich because they're playing at home. That's going to give them the edge, in my opinion. Oxford against Portsmouth. Yeah, teams which were newly promoted last season, fighting against relegation. Um, For some reason, I think there'll be a lot of goals in this one. I think it'll be 3-2 to Portsmouth. And then QPR against Preston North End. Pretty sort of like mid-table teams here. I think this will be a boring one. I'll have it 0-0. Stoke against Derby. Pretty much the same. I'll go for 0-0 again. West Brom against Blackburn. Um, Slightly better than the past two matches in terms of quality, I think, but I think it'll be I don't know. It'll be fairly even. I think I'll go for 2-2. And then Sheffield United against Bristol City. I mean, Sheffield United have kept most of their best players from last season. Gustavo Hamer is still there, so I think they'll win this one. I think they'll win quite big as well. I'll go for 3-0. Oh. So let's put in some hypothetical results so that I can show you how the points work in this game. And there's three ways you can earn points. So let's begin with the result. Let's say, I don't know, let's say that Birmingham won 2-1. So how did I end up with 5 points? Based on my prediction, I was wrong, but I still got points. So you can earn points by predicting the exact amount of goals for each team. So in this one, I predicted Birmingham would only score 1 goal, but they ended up scoring 2 goals. So I lost points. I think it's minus 2 points if you get the number of goals wrong for a certain team. So I'm on -2. But then I correctly predicted just the 1 goal for Ipswich. So I get 5 points for that. So I've gone from -2 to 3 now. The second way you get points is just predicting the winner or a draw. So even if you don't get the exact result correct, so in this case, I predicted a draw, but Birmingham won. So I lose 1 point. So I'm on 2 points now. And then the third parameter, which decides if you win points or not, is how close were you in terms of just the total number of goals scored in the match. So in this case, I wasn't far off. So I predicted 2 goals and there were 3 goals. So how it works is the number of points you get is the sum of 4 minus the difference in terms of predicted goals. So I was 1 goal off. So I predicted 2 goals, and there were actually 3 goals scored. So I get -1 taken off 4, which leaves me with 3. So then I've got 5 points in total. So there's a few ways in which you can get points, but basically all you have to do every week is just put the results in, and then I've built in a few ways to get points to mitigate sort of not having the exact result correct, because it's pretty difficult to get the exact result correct. And I think it's quite demoralizing as well, not getting hardly any points or anything, because you're in most of the games you're wrong about the exact result. But I've written a manual, and you can see it's pretty clear how you get points and how you lose points, and you can take it into consideration when making your predictions. So you might not want to, for example, predict very high scores, because you could be quite far out in terms of the total number of goals scored. That's one thing to think about, maybe. Um, so yeah, that's how it works. I'll just put some other random results in here now, so I get quite a good few points. You see here, I had the exact result correct, and then I get quite a few points. I got 20 points for this, so that's the 10 points for the exact result correct, and then I have 6 points for getting the winner correct, Charlton, and then I have 4 points for getting the exact number of goals correct. So for the other ones, I just put in some random stuff. 0-0, 3-1, 2-0. Let's go something crazy. 6-4. Oh, there's bound to be one wacky result on the first day. QPR 2-0. Stoke. West Brom. Are they going to lose? I don't know why. I don't even care about West Brom, but I'm just making them lose for some reason. Sheffield. Yeah, they just. No, they draw. Disappointing start to the season for them. So in total, I had 32 points. And you can see a few games I lost some points, but I had two games where I got quite a few points. So what was this one? I said Millwall would lose 1-0, and they ended up losing 2-0. So got quite a few points for that game. I also asked ChatGPT to sort of predict the results. Um, so ChatGPT, if these were the results, I did genuinely ask ChatGPT for this is what ChatGPT predicted for next week. Well, for this week on Saturday actually. So I would have beaten if these hypothetical results I put in for the real results actually came true. I would have just beaten 32 points, and ChatGPT would only have 18 points. And then you can see where we'd be in sort of like this table system. So I put in some random points here for hypothetical other players, just so the table just so I can show you how the table should usually look like when there's various people predicting every week. So I'm nearly in the playoff positions. And ChatGPT is languishing in mid-table after the first round of results. And you can see here that there's a few categories where you can see where you got your points from. So on one game, I had the exact correct number of goals. In two games, I had the I predicted correctly the winner of the game or a draw. And then I didn't have any exact results, which, like I said, is pretty difficult to predict something precisely. So that's why I built in the other things, the number of goals and the winners, to sort of mitigate sort of the difficulty of predicting the exact result. So yeah, it's a simple game. I think that's the attractive thing about it. It doesn't require hardly any time. I think it's quite fun to play, especially if you like predicting results. But you do it sort of like um, every week, but there's no sort of consequences attached to it, or there's no sort of jeopardy. Not really any excitement when you get the actual results back. So if you're interested in predicting with me results, either for the championship, I built one for the premiership as well. Then I can give you the Discord link. I'll put the Discord link in the description for both of the predictors I've made. And yeah, you're welcome to join. Thanks very much for watching the video. Yeah, and maybe I'll see you soon in the game. Thank you. So, seeing as the matches are on Saturday already, and I wanted to get this video quickly out there, I actually missed one of the matches on Sunday. Forgot to predict the result of Leicester against Sheffield Wednesday. So, seeing as it's my intention to predict every week the results of the championship matches, I thought I better give my prediction on this one as well. So I think Leicester will easily beat Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, Sheffield Wednesday are in complete disarray. So, and Leicester, I don't know who they've signed. I don't know who they've sold. I get the impression that they haven't really made many waves in the transfer market. So, I think their squad from the Premier League is pretty much intact. And for the Championship, it's still not a bad squad. So, I can see them beating Sheffield Wednesday quite easily. If they didn't win by more than 2 goals, I'd be surprised, to be honest, just because of the complete chaos at Sheffield Wednesday at the moment. So yeah, that's my prediction for Leicester Sheffield Wednesday, 4-0 to Sheffield. No, to Leicester. Sorry. If it was 4-0 to Sheffield Wednesday, with maybe only 9 men on the pitch, that's all the players they could find. That would be incredible, right? Will they even play? That's the question as well. Well, we'll see. We'll see on Sunday what happens.